been very long time since I have last done a podcast, but here I am. I'm back after a long slumber of. Wow, it has been a long time. I apologize. It's been a long month. Despite the month it was actually my birthday, but everybody likes to think about Valentine's Day, but that's all cool. Everybody has their own priority, so that's all fine. But I'm back, finally doing the podcast. I was supposed to do it last week, but didn't have that much time. As you know, I'm still working on the whole top five best anime stuff, and I'm almost done with the not the second one, actually the last one. Finally, almost done there, and then we get to the fun part of the channel. But I'll talk about that later when the time comes. Maybe a separate video to tell everybody who has been a subscriber for a long time, who are a new subscriber as well, and you will see what new content awaits for everyone. It's going to be fun. I cannot wait to deliver it. So this is Sparda's World Podcast, episode 77. And we are quite in a long predicament in the world of reality when it comes to a very serious situation. I will say this. Now, I do have a guest, but before I introduce him, we're not going to talk about this topic. This topic that has been going on since Brawley movie. And by saying that, you already know what I'm talking about. Now, let me just say this on my behalf. I'm not going to ask his opinion. I'm just going to tell you my opinion because, again, this is not the topic we're going to discuss. This is not the topic we're going to go over. It's nothing that we're going to talk about anymore in this podcast. Maybe when the end result finally comes in, we will talk about it. Or maybe just me. I just want to point out that this is a serious situation that's going on over the Funimation, Vic Mayanga. I apologize if I mispronounced his name. And all the crazy accusation that's going on. Now, I don't want to say I chose one side or another. I'm not saying one side is very bad. One side is very innocent. There's a lot of commotion that's going on there. I have seen all sides of story. And even if the outcome ends up going against me, I am willing to accept it. I am willing to understand it and move on. There's no such thing as me double downing or anything like that. There's no such thing that me of making excuses. I will go as the way it is. I will go what they say. I will go what they determine when the time comes. It's going to be a while, but when the time comes, that's the time comes. But again, this is the last time you will hear me mention about this because this is a serious thing. And this is something that we don't want to discuss, especially how people can actually get really ugly, which is unfortunate to say. There are many people I have seen that shows their true color. And they, honestly speaking, they have disappointed me. It's not because of their opinion. It's because how they react. It's how they show their true personality. It's how they show their ugly self. And I'm not saying by appearance, I'm saying by personality. I'm saying by how they react, how they are, how they're not mature enough to react as civilized as we should be. I know anime community is supposed to be known as toxic or whatever. Bottom line is, every place, there's always something that's always toxic, but it's not 100%. There are good people. There are bad people. There are mature people. There are immature people. There are people that can be reasoned with. There are people that cannot be reasoned with. And it's upsetting when you see a lot of people that you could say friend or somebody that you like to hang out with showing their true self. And their true self doesn't rely on opinion, but it relies on how they react. It's disappointing to see a lot of people that way. Now, of course, I'm not against them. I'm not their enemy now. I still follow them. I still see them or hear them, read them, whatever they have to say. But the fact is, it can be damaging, whatever how you react, however you show your color, your true color. The best way I could say is this whole dilemma is similar to what happened to 2016 election for the United States, because that's the way I see it. Everybody showed their true color, and it was the most disgusting thing I have seen in my life, because how many people were hiding themselves and now they come out of their shell and expose themselves in a very, very ugly color. And it's disappointing, but you got to move on. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing with this. That's what I did before. That's how life should be. You move on. Don't worry about it. Don't live in fear. Don't live in hate. Live as you proceed. Live like a normal person. Live to the fullest. And that's what we're saying. That we're not going to talk about this. We'll probably talk about it when everything is done. And that'll be it. So remember, just keep your head up, move on, and let everything plays out in the background. If you're interested, that's fine. If you're really suck into this realm of the crazy conspiracy, controversial, whatever, that's fine too. Just remember that you still are yourself and you still have your own opinion and you can always be a good person so long you don't get sucked in by the people that's trying to bring the ugly self of you. We're all not innocent 100%, but we don't need to go too ugly as well. So with that said, let's get to the real topic that we come here. And we're going to talk about that event that happened last week, which I should have covered, but hey, sometimes we are late with things. And it's not that bad. I mean, this is still a little bit of fresh to people's eyes. And, you know, this is something that's not meant to be taken too serious, but let's have some fun with it. But before we start, I want to introduce a guest of mine. And yes, I'm going to do more of guests in the podcast in the future. So I am happy to announce that there's a guest that likes to discuss with me and with everyone else to share their opinions. So let me introduce to that person. Actually, it's better to let that person introduce himself. So go right ahead.
Well, first of all, before I do that, I just want to say that statement that you just made was beautiful. I just want to say that right now. As for my introduction, hey guys, what's up? It is me, LuckyChi7, here today to join Sparda 3G on his podcast, which it has been quite a while since we've done this. I can definitely say that for certain. It's a very interesting topic, nonetheless.
Yeah, this should be a fun one. Oh, it should be a fun one. It's the third year, but it's the same old story. You know how it is. But what can you do? So, all right, where do we go? What we're talking about today is the 2019 Anime Awards. Now, this is the awards that was done by Crunchyroll. This is their third annual of the Anime Awards. And I know a lot of people don't take them serious. I know a lot of people always has their problems, especially when it comes to the announcement of the winners and let alone the nominees. I've seen a lot of people with the conspiracy on the nominees. I already shared my thoughts in my last podcast. Hey, look, there you go. I got a follow-up. Good for me. But this time I have a guest. So that's actually even better. But yes, the Anime Awards has passed last week, Saturday, the 16th? Yeah, the 16th of February.
Yeah.
That passed. The awards happened. I didn't get to see it. I didn't see it. I actually forgot about it. I was like, oh, there was an award. I only found out because of notification. It was like, oh, wait. Oh, there's an award. Oh, I didn't even know.
If it makes you feel better, I kind of forgot about it too, so.
Yeah, I mean, largely it's a popularity thing. It's a popular vote. It's nothing like a real thing. Like, you know, like it's not like the Oscars. Like, okay, people don't really vote as the judges, whoever the judge is. Yeah, it could be questionable still. No awards is going to be without questions. There's no awards that's going to be like that. I mean, even this year Oscar thing. You know, some of them nominees is like, I wouldn't say questionable, but I mean, like, hey, they're good movies, but it's like, there's some propaganda to there, but whatever. Everybody has their own ways of handling things. I'm not going to argue there because that's just how it is. But with Anime Awards, it's always a little bit more tricky because they're still trying to find that adjustment. Like last year, they had a lot more genre, a lot of more categories to go over. And some of the categories were actually pretty good. Some of them are just too gimmicky. I mean, they still have it here, best boy, best girl. But whatever, that's just for fun, I guess. But the point is, there's some good variety back then, and unfortunately, they removed them, and now they just settle down with like a fewer choices. And they're not bad in terms of fewer choices, but I feel like some of the ones that they remove, like best soundtrack, those are the things they should have kept because soundtrack
Honestly,
really means a lot. At least, especially for me, soundtrack means a lot. I was disappointed to know that they removed it. I was like, I want to see what's going to be the best soundtrack, and I couldn't find it. I was like, what happened? Where is it? And it's not there. So that's disappointing. But everybody will have their own working curve. So maybe next year they will bring it back. Who knows? But in this 2019 award, this is all done by popularity. This is done by popular vote and all that stuff, which is not the best way because it sounds like it's more of a mainstream decision, more so than the decision of actual judges. Yes, they have judges, but there was like judges for like the nominees things and whatnot. So it was not a real major deal. So and bottom line is all about popular vote. Lastly, there's some really questionable decision. One thing we had to mention, regardless the winners that we do not like, we like, is all objective. This is just opinion. So we're gonna recap them. And it's not like we're gonna say like, oh, they're wrong for picking the best protagonist of this person. It was the other one. It's more like we're gonna share our opinions, our thoughts. It's not like we're gonna say like, wow, these people don't know how they pick a best protagonist or antagonist anymore. We acknowledge this is just opinion based. It's not like, oh my god, these guys don't know crap about anime anymore. This is all opinion. This is all fun and games. We're not taking that too serious. We're not even taking this serious to
no, of
begin
course
with.
not.
Exactly. So we're just having a little good fun, and this is still a subject that's still around. So we're just gonna have a good fun with it, and just to look over what we have here. Whether it's for whether we agree with it or disagree with it. Maybe one of us probably didn't see the anime. Maybe one of us probably liked the winner decision, and maybe some of us would probably think otherwise. But we're gonna go one by one. So this should be fun. I know there's one controversial thing. Well, maybe not as controversial, which is kind of ironic because it's like a controversial stack of controversial with another stack of controversial. But there were people that were confused, like why Goblin Slayer wasn't nominated or anything like that. Now you could try to argue, oh, because the quality was crap, whatever. But the idea, the real fact is, it was not included because it was controversial. As you remember, it started off controversial, and a lot of people, opened their mouths, shared their thoughts. They was like going crazy over the first episode in a not a good way. And
No.
it was controversial. It was, to me, I didn't find it controversial. Maybe because I have great Kintama. Okay, let me be serious. Mainly because I'm used to this stuff. I've read Berserk. I've read other series that's like gone crazy with the first introduction or gone crazy through the entire storyline. And this is nothing to me. But I can understand why people will react negatively, especially when it comes to like something that's very serious to them. I just wish they could understand what world they're coming from. Unfortunately, I would have defended a little more if they didn't react to the same thing with Shield Hero. And when they did that, it's like, okay, you can't really teach everybody, you know? I mean, look, I'm not saying you gotta force yourself to watch Goblin Slayer because it's awesome or like that. Like, I could respect anybody who's like, oh, that's not my taste, or oh, I don't really dig dark fantasy. I was like, all right, that's fine. That's awesome. I respect that decision. I'm not telling you to start watching this or that. I'm just saying that, like, if you're gonna not back this up, but you back up to the similar, if not worse, like Berserk, aren't you being two-faced about it? Or, double standards, anything? But to each their own. I'm not gonna go talk about that. All I'm saying is that this you go right from the get-go, there's some, a little controversial decision like Goblin Slayer not being included. Whether you like the series or not, the point is the fact they could do something like that, it just shows you like they are catering more to what the fans are. And that's what it is. It's a popularity thing. So there you go. Any comments before we start going over?
Actually, no. Outside of like outside of like maybe some of the conspiracies behind what exactly happened with the Anime Awards, but I think we're gonna tackle that at a given point. Other than that, no.
Yeah. All right. So let's begin. All right. I'm gonna name all the nominees again, and then I'm gonna name the winner, and then we go from there. What do we think of the winner? So here we go. So we start off with the best protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Now the nominees were Resuku from Aggressoku. I guess if I pronounced that right. I haven't seen this anime, so I have no comments on this. I mean, I have the chance. It's a Netflix all episode apparently, but again, didn't have the chance. The one that controversial was the Kakeguri. It's a gambler anime, but it came out last year or 2 years ago now. But they consider it as a last year anime just because it started to air. Excuse me, it just started to air on Netflix, which is like, I guess so. But there's a later controversy that will happen in the other category. I covered this, but anyway, Yumiko, Jabba me, Joe from Megabox, Violet Evergarden from Violet Evergarden, Tempest Rimuru. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, and Sakata as a Sakawa. Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Now the winner.
Mouthful.
What? Yeah, I know. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Rimuru Tempest is the winner for the best protagonist. I didn't mind this one. I mean, I could understand why a lot of people probably choose him because, like, as many would say, in terms of isekai series tends to be a series where a person that reads it or watches it will put themselves in this similar position. It's like a fantasy of a user, a fantasy of a person, of us. So it's kind of like it's trying to speak to us. So it's like, what if I'm that guy? Yeah, that would be awesome. I'll be broken like Kirito. I'll be like Rimuru was not exactly broken, but he's getting there. But still, I can see why people like him. Also, like that charm of being a slime is fun. So I don't mind this decision. Would it be my decision if I were to choose it myself? No, but I don't mind this at all. I would have picked probably Violent, mainly because like I just felt like their whole story travel and the whole way how she developed was really emotional. That's just me. But Rimuru's a good choice too. I don't mind that at all. What do you think?
I actually don't mind that Rimuru got chosen either for being the best protagonist. Would it have been my choice though? No, because I mean, to be me, I think the best protagonist category should have went to Violet Evergarden for the same reasons you brought up. Like, I really liked seeing where her character was starting off, and then kind of just seeing where we went with like as the series kept progressing and all the way to the end. And when you see that full journey, you're like, oh, all right. But so a little bummed, but it's not like the one I'm like, oh, why? But so
yeah.
It's not like those fans are like, oh my god, why wasn't it this? No, I got why Rimuru was nominated and won the best protagonist award. So I'm totally cool with it. Even though I would have preferred
That's good to hear.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, but I guess it's like maybe because it's probably a noun thing, especially this is a series that's still going on right now. So there's a lot of people fresh in the mind. So it's like, oh, I'll probably pick him because I like him and he's like something that I could relate to, which he can be relatable in some sense. So that's the upside too. But that's true. We're cool with this one. Best antagonist. Ryu Asaka from Devilman Crybaby. Akane Shinjo from SSSS Gridman. All for One, My Hero Academia. Yuri Megalobox. Tokushiro Surumi from Golden Kamui. And Momoga, for whatever reason he's there. Overlord. Winner. Yes. For whatever reason, he's the best antagonist, not protagonist. I don't know if they understand the definition of that, but
I found that kind of strange too. I was like, huh. That's because I've seen Overlord, and I'm like, technically he's supposed to be the protagonist, but okay, what do I know?
Maybe if you say like villainy, it will make more sense. But antagonist has a different meaning. That's the thing, you
Yeah,
know. But I guess that's how they see it. So the winner is All for One. Now, some people have problem with this one, and honestly, same here. I mean, like, yeah, look, if you've decided that, that's fine because this is a popular thing. Whatever, I don't mind. But if I would definitely have to disagree with this. Now, if you put Overlord Momogov, apparently, maybe that probably would have been my choice because that's cheating. He's supposed to be a protagonist. It begs the question: who the hell is the protagonist in that series? So,
right.
all right, it makes no sense. But hey, you put it in there. Now, if I were to correct myself and just not put Momoga as the best antagonist, what would I choose? I mean, like, I would selfishly choose. I would selfish wise, I would choose Tokushiro from Goro Kamui. Now, of course, I'm definitely saying there's more of an experience from the manga, especially the manga. I'm not going to just go further,
Oh,
but
for sure.
he's a
Yeah,
hell of a character. He's a hell of a character.
he is.
But if I were to just choose from here, I probably would honestly pick Akane Shinjo from SSSS Gridman. Now, of course, real Asuka is fine. I just think he came a little late in terms of making a huge impression. With Akane, she makes an impression throughout the entire series. And again, I mentioned in my 5 underrated anime, probably no longer underrated. Maybe it has a lot of people more watching now. But back then, where it was like somewhat overlooked because Darling and the Frogs, it was more of a priority for everybody in terms of trigger animation. But here, I thought it was actually more appropriate to call it the true vintage trigger animation because not only it has like some solid animation, despite how it has the CG when it comes to the what do you call it, kaiju battle, it also had like a really great cinematography scenery, especially the episode. Not to go too deep into detail, but especially one episode where it's practically her episode, but it's like a realm of what if. But at the same time, you get to understand her psychological side, her actual being, and how much she's actually like not in the right mind, more of a suffocation, but it's really changed up a lot because I thought she was like despicable character, but then she starts to grow on me in a very sympathetic way. So I thought that was a really great way to handle. Now, All for One. The reason why some people will probably be fed up, maybe because hey, it's overrated series getting a win, but really, I mean, like the other way to look at it as well. It's just yeah, he has a really cool appearance. That's for sure. And he does leave a good impression. It just it happens so sudden in terms of his disappearance. Not only that, but it's
That
like
is pretty true, actually.
yeah, it's like he come and go. It's like it's in some sense of way it's disappointing. And you only know his intimidation side, but that's not much out elsewhere. I guess for some people it's enough, but I feel like there could have been more stronger impression because like again, he come and go. He he makes a statement, but he's just like another villain that you pretty much see anywhere else. Where the other characters that's listed here, they have a lot of
Like, they're a lot more fleshed
interesting.
out in terms of, like,
Yeah,
the overall character.
right. So people probably upset because like why you didn't give the other characters a choices or chances, excuse me, or the fact that maybe they don't like popular series to get the win. But to each their own. Personally, I wouldn't choose this at all. I would have chose what I just said, Akane. But it is what it is. What are your thoughts on this one?
Actually, my thoughts is kind of the same thing as yours, although I would have kind of gone for Rio Asuka, but then I had to double think about that and really analyze the list again. And I would actually go for Akane because, like, you do understand kind of, why she's doing the things that she's doing, and the psychological aspects is like was kind of like my main draw into her character and just seeing what it was that she wanted to do and how exactly she was going about it and wanting that to be the case, and how much that was kind of putting what's the word here? I guess like putting in like obstacles when it comes to like the overall story. But
Well, you can. That's a good way to put it. So
yeah, so I would have honestly just picked her in terms of the best antagonist. So all for one, even though like, and again, because if you go back to UA beginnings, which is not much of a spoiler because that's what sagas are. If it came to that, it's like, all right, yeah, cool. I love All for One, but if you're comparing him to like the other villains that are on the list, there could be a lot more. Yeah, he's intimidating. Yeah, he can be kind of like you got that sensation where you're like, oh shit, like what's gonna happen? But outside of that, I don't necessarily think that's the character who should have won. If that makes any sense.
I mean, like it all boils down to like what people probably would have preferred the most or know the most. A lot of these characters, in the listing, it's not too much known for a lot of people, especially like Go to Kamui. Devilman is known because it was Netflix big major anime debut. So that was like everywhere else you can see. Yeah. But whatever the people have preference, or it boils down to either because they just wanted to see a bad guy that does bad things and destroy bad things, many things, whatever. But hey, it's to each their own.
Right.
So we get to best boy. This is pretty much like a gimmick category. Don't really have too much comments to be honest with you, but since we're here, might as well talk about it. We got Kataru Tatsumi from Zombieland Saga, Hondo-san, Skullface bookseller Hondo-san, Izuku Midoriya, My Hero Academia, Sakuta Asuzagawa, Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai, Haida from Aggretsuko, and Joe Megalobox. The winner was Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia. Yeah, I know, another My Hero win. Okay. I got
I mean,
nothing
I'm not
else.
surprised actually when I look at the list.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, you can take it, I guess. I mean, okay. Personally, I would choose Honda-san because it's very relatable and it is hilarious, but it's
It
very
is.
relatable because it's like it talks about the manga and how they had to handle it in the bookstore when it comes to manga or even a light novel. It's like, oh damn, it's a nightmare. And sometimes be like, it's not such a nightmare, but then it's a nightmare again whenever there's like, oh my god, we got a refill. Oh crap, we sold out. Oh crap, this fan is looking very particular series that we don't sell anymore. What I'm gonna do? So
Honestly, that was pretty funny.
yeah, so it's like that speaks to me. I mean, I'm no bookseller, but it feels like it speaks to me a lot because like I could imagine how much hellhole it could be in a like a position like he's in. So yeah, that speaks more to me. But again, this is more of a gimmick, and the choice is not the best I could say to really like which one is going to be my choice. So for what it is, it's not the worst. So I don't mind this decision, but especially around season 3. This is not where my fallout comes in. So this is okay. I don't have too much. I don't have really too much of opinion in this case.
As for me, I don't really mind the fact that Deku actually got the Best Boy award, which is actually something I was going to bring up because season 3, of course, is where the big, the peaking point hits for the series, and you do kind of get to see where Izuku goes. So, in terms of that, I was like, all right, yeah, cool. I'm not against the whole fact of Deku being Best Boy. In fact, I'm like, all right, cool. That's interesting. Though, like with Sparda, I would have gone with Honda-san because I actually do have a friend who was a bookseller. So
Oh,
I would hear stories from her as to like what would be going on. So anytime I saw Hondo-san And the Skullface bookseller Honda-san anime, I was like, oh my god, that sounds just like someone that she had to go through. So I was just like, man, I was like, those
Oh
stories
damn.
are true. I'm like, wow, imagine that. So if
Oh
it,
man.
if it came to Best Buy, I would have picked Honda-san just for that reason alone. But in terms of like again seeing the list and saying the fact that Izuku was best boy in terms of season 3, I can understand. But that's season 3. There's a lot more to come, which I'm not gonna spoil because yeah. The less said right now, the better.
Oh boy. So, best girl, which is funny because this is actually the more difficult decision I have to think over. Like, what will I choose from here? I mean, I could eliminate one or two. No, actually, I could eliminate. Yeah, I could eliminate maybe two, maybe, very maybe, huge maybe. But here's the best girl: Anzu for Hina Masuri, Hinata Miyaki from A Place Further Than the Universe, Lily Hoshikawa, Zombieland Saga. I know there's a controversial decision, but just leave it as it is, everyone. Aspida from Golden Kamui, Nadeshiko Kagami Hara from Layback Camp, and Mai Sakurajima from Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai. The winner for this one is Mai Sakurajima from Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai. This boils down to what would be the best preference for my girlfriend. It's the way I see it.
Honestly,
But hey, it's not the bad decision. I do
okay.
like her character. I do like her attitude. I like her personality. She was fun. She's fun. I like her. So I don't mind this decision. Will I go with this? Well, I don't know. I mean, like the best girl, again, is a gimmick thing. Best girl is more boils down to like for me, I don't see it like, oh, who's gonna be my waifu? Who's gonna be the best girl I
Kind of
would
like
like
a
to date
preference
with? It's
choice.
more
Would you say kind of like a preference choice, like in terms of like character?
in a way, yeah, you can say that. Like again, my seems like it comes more of the like this is my dream girl. If I could have her, that would be amazing. Kind of like a waifu-ish way. But the way I see it is like who had a really good character, who really developed, who really showed up the most that leave me a great impression to me. And there's some really hard choices though. I would remove Lily not because of the transgender thing, but mainly because she didn't. I would have preferred the other girl from the Zombieland sagas to be there, but it is more of a propaganda in a sense from Crunchyroll, just to say like, ha, we nominated somebody that's like a transgender, kind of like the idea with Black Panther being Best Picture. Whether you like the movie or not, you probably feel like, I wonder why. But hey, it was still a great movie in my opinion. But I can understand why people would feel questionable. In terms of best girl, what would I choose? So this is hard. Anzu, which is a really good choice to pick out of the girls in that series because she was actually the most developed and most sympathetic characters I could really follow. And it's funny because that series is like all comedy. A lot of characters really didn't get their like it's I would say it's very cold in nature. There's a good moral lessons, but there's always a funny payoff. But it's like sometimes it could be like really cruel, but like wow, that's pretty dickish thing to do. But well, it's funny. But that's fine. But Anzu is like a different story. It's like you actually see the progression, and I was like, damn, I like this in terms of the selection they have. Not to say, oh, I want to be a wife. Would that be very FBI warning for me right there?
Yeah,
But
right.
my point is about the character they are written. So that's why I have a hard time picking. Have a hard time if I want to dismiss her. Hina's from A Place from Further than the Universe. She's great too. And I got a lot to say about that series, but in due time. But yeah, she's great because it's like she's more human in terms of like out of these choices, as well as like the way how it was written. That director did a fantastic job on making these characters even though like a lot of people like to say, "Hey, look, there's another girls do girls things," or charming girls do charming things, whatever like that. I forgot how to phrase, but there's more to this series that really sticks out that shocks me beyond belief. But again, I'll save that another time. But yeah, definitely I would choose her. Well, not choose. I can't say I definitely choose her because I would prefer the other girl too in this category. Would I choose her? I almost want to say yes until I look at other ones. Aspida from Go to Kamui. In the manga, she's awesome. She's freaking great. In the anime, she's pretty great too. I do think they did skip a couple of arcs, chapters, and there's like some demon quality ones that will help her give a more better view of her character as well. But she's at this time she's definitely one of the best characters in the series. Though that series has a lot of great characters, so but in terms of being the best girl, she's definitely worth a nominator. And then you got Nadeshiko Kagami Hara from Layback Camp. This is a series that I like to consider as the perfect balance. You got the heartwarming, you got the charm, you got the fun characters, you got the fun sensation, the great sensation, the soothing atmosphere. It's like it has a perfect balance. You don't overwork on one category and it makes it feel like, well, that is the target audience. But in some way, this series had a perfect balance that you feel incredibly warm inside. And it's not because he's laid back camp, even though it's a winter camp for the most part. So it doesn't really work out with the no pun intended in a sense. But anyway, with her, I thought she's like one of the better way of utilizing a character that's like dim-witted, but really fun and charming at the same time. But it's like a perfectly balanced way that makes it also heartwarming. And I just like that. I like when you get a perfect balance, it's like the perfect recipe. And it's like you can't really argue too much about it because it's like she has a lot of criteria that makes her charming, that makes her a fun character, a great character in together. And this is a slice of life, so that's actually more remarkable than you could actually imagine. And then you got Mai from the Rascal Does Not Dream of Buddy Girl Senpai. Again, I like her personality. I like her attitude. I like her character arc that was pretty much the beginning. And yeah, it's like, I don't blame you if you pick her. Would I pick her though for my choosing? See, that's hard. I probably would just pick Aspida because like what I just said. I mean, yeah, it might be a little bit cheating because I'm using a manga, even though they did use it in the anime. But her survival skills, the fact that she doesn't, the fact she doesn't really becomes irrelevant or doesn't become a nuisance, it makes it more compelling. It gets you engaged with her character and her journey, along with Sugimoto, where they like they have their differences. One is from Japan, the other one is with the whole Anu culture, and it's fascinating to see how they both blend in together, and they're both like learning from each other on the wildlife. It's really really amazing, honestly. But yeah, I would pick her. But again, the other character are definitely not a hard choice. What do you think?
Well, it's definitely a really hard choice, actually, because even though I don't have anything against Mai, the character I think I would have chosen would have been Anzu, specifically for like the sympathetic nature that she had in the show, and then just kind of again just seeing where kind of just seeing her story and kind of seeing what she had to deal with, and if I'm remembering exactly correctly, just a lot of struggles, a lot of like inner turmoil stuff that she personally had to go through. I think just for that alone, I think I would have picked Anzu. But as far as the winner of choice goes, it's not bad, but that's just my take in terms
Yeah,
of. But
that's good enough.
if it came to, if it wasn't, but I would say, Aspida though, if we had gotten a lot of the stuff that was on the manga, I would have either picked her for
Yeah.
same reasons that you just said.
Yeah. All right. So best opening sequence. You got Wato Koi, Love is Hard for Otaku, Darling in the Franxx, Kagaguri, as I see, Compulsion, Compulsive Gambler, Pop Team Epic, Agresco, and JoJo Bizarre Adventure Golden Win. The winner is I said golden. The winner is Darling in the Franxx.
Huh.
Okay. I mean, I'll probably pick Pop Team Epic, but just because how catchy it is. But Darling in the Franxx has a really cool song in its sequence. That's all I got, honestly. What do you think?
I mean, I think I would have honestly, I would have went with Pop Team Epic because that tune is pretty damn catchy. Not gonna lie, because I remember I was listening to it a couple times. I was like, something nice beat to it. But I mean, that's all I got. It's kind of brief, but yeah.
I wonder what makes a Gresco opening so amazing. Well, I guess I have to watch it one day for sure.
I know.
Well, that was a quick one. So, best epic. Wow, best ending
Epic.
sequence. Megalobox, Attack on Titan 3, well, season 3, After the Rain, FLCL Alternative, Revenue Starlight, and FLCL Progressive. The winner was Attack on Titan season 3. Okay, I'll pick it. I'll pick it.
I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I do like After the Rain, especially the song. The song is great, but I think the reason why I pick Attack on Titan season 3 is just the sequence and the song with it. It just felt so dramatic, but it's so awesome at the same time. I mean, yeah, I know it's some again, this is opinion
too. When you look at the visuals and
right?
you look at the songs,
Yeah, exactly. It is opinion, so we're just expressing our opinion.
yeah.
But the Attack on Titan season 3, the ending is pretty damn good. I think the other ones, I really didn't see the FLCLs, both of them. Revenue Starlight is charming, but it's a song that really makes it very soothing. After the Rain, the song is great. I really like that song a lot. Megalobox, the song is pretty damn cool too. But Attack on Titan, it just has that both side of this both things of like a really cool sequence, a really cool song
From like a
that blends
visual
in
aesthetic.
perfectly. Right. So, that's a good choice. I mean, if you don't like the choice, that's fine. Yeah, that's all we got to say. Really. Attack on Titan season 3 is the winner. Best voice actor performance, the Japanese version. Okay, well, time to put my very bad skill of Japanese into the work. Oh boy, Mamoru Miyano, Kotaro Tasumi from Zombieland Saga, Soma Saito, Honda-san, Skullface bookseller Honda-san, Megumi Han from Miki Makimura from Neverman Crybaby. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was like, damn it. Tongue slip. Now Toyama. Yeah, okay. Rin Shima, Layback Camp. I was gonna say Reku. Rariku, Nesuko, Agresco. Oh, how many ko?
Too many co's.
Rada Uida. I'm sorry. My Japanese is really bad today. Actually, any other day. I gotta practice again. Akane Shinjo from SSS Gridman. The winner for that is Mamoru Miyano from the Zombieland Saga as Kotaro Tasumi. Okay, bias on right now. Yeah, I'll go with that just to be biased because I know the voice actor so damn well and he's always tremendous. So this
Yeah,
is
I was gonna say the same
100% biased.
too.
This is 100% biased. Yeah, this is just bias mode right here. Now, if I'm being 100, maybe if I'm trying to be fair, maybe I'll probably give Akane because she really does it well. But I'm being biased, so I'll give everybody credits where they do because they all did their things. They did their parts really well. They know how to express the emotions. They know how to express, really gives characters definitions. It's kind of like how people would say for Gintamos, like when you hear that voice, when you hear what they portray, you know right off the bat who their character to portray because that's how good they are. So it's like that in this case as well. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, if I have to put the bias goggles on, I would say Mamoto basically because I do know a lot of the stuff that he's done, and he's
Yeah.
pretty damn awesome. But if I had to take him off, I would probably have to go with Rada in terms of like how she was able to handle Akane. But
That's all right.
yeah, so there's two aspects you can look at it. But if I had to pick without going on the bias route, I would probably go with Rada in terms of again how she was able to handle Akane with motions, character, all that stuff. It's great. So yeah,
All
I'd probably
right.
on that aspect because I'm like, look, if you told me okay, you can't be biased on this thing, I'd probably pick that. But yeah.
Oh, well, not the best opinion we have because that's all biasness. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. All
Nothing
right.
against that. Nothing against
Best,
that.
yeah. Best voice actor performance for English now.
Oh,
I have zero idea of besides one person, and that's pretty much being biased again. Again, this is a bias mode time. But let me go over the categories. The nominees, excuse me. Kari something like Wagrin. I don't know how to pronounce it. Haruhara, FLC Up Progressive. Christopher
Haruhara.
Sabat. Yeah. Christopher Sabat, All My Hero Academia. Erica Mendez, Nezuko Agresco, David Wald, narrator for Mr. Tonogawa Middle Management Blues.
Hmm.
Tia Ballard, 02 Darling in the Bronx, and Erica Hira Archer? Hira Hardy Archie? I'm sorry. Violet Evergarden. The winner is Christopher Sabat as performing as All Might in My Hero Academia. Any thoughts?
Well, I'm not exactly surprised. And again, Chris Sabat for me again. All Might, Zoro. If you guys didn't know that, he also voices Zoro in One Piece. He voices Yami in Black Clover, which kind of took me by surprise. At first, I was like, huh, that's a
I
thing.
didn't know, honestly. I'm not too familiar with the English dub, so that's why I'm like, got any idea? You got any opinion?
Of course, Vegeta. And what will be as far as recent times go, Piccolo. Yeah. So Chris Sabat with me kind of goes back a long way. Erica did really good though on Violet Evergarden because I actually did see both the sub and the dub, and she did a great job for Violet. But and again, Chris Sabat is just another level when it comes to voice acting, when it comes to characters. It's not the My Hero bias. Let me say that right now. It's just mainly how Chris Sabat was able to portray All Might, and specifically for season 3 because I mean he was good in the other 2 seasons also, but I think he really took it to high gear with the 3rd season, especially with one particular event that happens
Oh
over the
yeah.
course of season 3.
I only know Christopher Sabat. I don't know anyone else. I'm not devaluing them. I'm just saying I don't know much of a dub. I don't watch dub that often. I usually just watch a sub. If dub, I probably come across whenever they give it on Adult Swim or somebody just happens to show me a clip or something. I'm like, okay. I rarely see the dub just because I don't know. I'm just used to the Japanese voice actor doing the Japanese character. started off because it's anime. But to each their own. Best director. This is a little tricky. Makasaki Yuasa from Devilman for Devilman Crybaby. Asuko Ishizuka for A Place Further Than the Universe. Yo Muriyama from Megalobox. Yohei Suzuki, Planet With. Taichi Ishidate for Violet Evergarden, and Hiroko Usumi for Banana Fish, or Banana Fish as they say it. The winner for that was Masaki Yuasa for Devilman Crybaby.
I want to say I really don't have too many complaints about that. If I had to go with someone, I would probably have to go with Taichi for Violet Evergarden.
That's a good choice. See, I'm struggle. Like, it's not a bad decision because he is a known person. The Makasaki Yuasa. He's
Yeah.
a known person for his other works. I haven't seen all of his works, but I know what he has done. The Devil May Cry Baby, you maybe boil down to like, hey, I like the anime, so I'm gonna vote for that. But still, I do think he does have like a lot of cool imagination in a sense, even if it's like kind of questionable, especially like sexual theme. Not to say, oh, I can't see my eyes. It's more like, is there a reason for this scene? That
Yeah.
kind of way. But he does have his style, and his style is pretty cool. I'll give him that. I wouldn't go for him. I struggle with a lot of series. Well, if I had to remove, I would say like I'll remove Megalobox. I do like the style. I do like the whole what's that steampunk style. I do like the scenery. That's about it because like there's some parts that's kind of underwhelming. I kind of talk about it in the five disappointing anime. Planet With is underrated. I do like it, especially how self-aware. It's pretty much like a very self-aware. It's like the One Punch Man of mobile suit series. That's what it is. Not exactly like One Punch Man, as in like, oh, there's one person that could just kill everybody with one punch. It's more like it's a satire of his own genre in a sense. So that's what makes it funny. But it's underrated. It's definitely overlooked by many. The Violet Evergarden, not just the animation, which we'll get to that next, but not just the animation or the way how it's directed, but it's like everything just really brings out the true emotion that the series needed to have. I mean, can you imagine if Violet Evergarden was handled by Studio Period? It's like, oh shit,
Oh,
we're
God.
done. Well, we're gonna get to that very soon, but yeah. So that's a definitely a hard choice because I really felt the emotion that you really presented and how they handled the timing of the episodes and whatnot. Banana Fish was really damn good, especially when it has to. It's not exactly modernize everything in the world, but modern some of the aspect to make it like seem like it's not so outdated. So it's actually kind of neat how he has to handle all that. And then the ending part, well, I'm not even gonna go there, but yeah, I thought that was really handled well. But if I were to choose, I would choose Asuko Ishizuka from a place further in the universe because again, like I sort of hinted, is one of the series that it couldn't been just be like charming girls do charming things, but it's much more than that. And she has a lot of history that I wasn't aware, but I could explain much more detail. But bottom line is, she does her director job. Her work as a director is phenomenal. I overlooked her because again, I just got back to anime around 2016, so it's like I'm still relatively new to this. Like I still haven't seen the anime that a lot of people has been talking about it for a while, like a long time ago, like like Your Lie in April. I haven't seen that yet. I'm like, fuck, I didn't see that. I'm sorry, don't kill me. But I will get back to all these other anime.
Get the
I promise.
pitchforks ready. No, I'm joking.
I promise. I would definitely see all these great anime from the past. It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, past anime. It's so old. And don't worry. I see any other anime you can throw at me. Just name it and I'll watch it. But yeah, I'll definitely pick that one. That's my choice. So there you go. Now the best animation. This is the one that everybody would have their pitchfork ready if this one series did not win. And
Yeah,
don't worry,
right.
it did win. It did win. Don't worry, everybody. It didn't go there. That's weird. I don't remember being nominated. Oh, did it got nominated? That's strange. Eh? How come I didn't see that before? All right, so let's go with best animation. Violet Evergarden. Yeah, I know, easy win, but let's keep going.
Yay!
Devilman, Devilman Crybaby. It has a style. I like the style.
The
It's
style's
not
not
for
bad.
everyone though. Yeah. Megalobox. Again, I talk about the steampunk universe thing. A place further than the universe. I really like it. This is what's vintage Madhouse. Begs the question why you didn't have keep your damn One Punch Man, but I'm not gonna get there. Bloom, bloom into you. Huh. I mean, it's very artsy, and it sucks that this should have been in the best director or at least best direction, which is not there. And My Hero Academia.
Get out of here! No, I'm
No,
joking.
both. Look, I know a lot of people fear that My Hero Academia might win just because not only is My Hero Academia, and by this point it was sweeping for everything that has been nominated. So a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, if it was,
Season 3 looked really good, though. I'm not going to take that away.
it did look good. It did look really good, but still, Violet Evergarden exists.
It took the cake. Like,
That-
like if Violet Evergarden lost, I would have been like, what?
But fear not, that won. It won, and there's no question. There's yeah. Well, what you think? Yeah, it should win. I don't know how many people watch this over their smart TV or anything like that, but my God, does it look amazing from your smartphone, from your tablet, from your laptop, from your big monitor, from your big screen TV, but bottom line is that animation is unmatched for that year.
That's some godly animation.
I mean, like Kyoto Animation is known to have some what the hell budget animation you have in there. This one, when they said this is their biggest project and this is the project they put the most effort to it, they
you
were
could
not
tell.
kidding. You can tell from water physics, from details, from the hair, from the wavy, from the way they tilt the head, that you actually see the entire motion. It's not like 90, like one frame, but there you go. He turned his head. You see every single detail. You see every frame, like it's like watching a slow-mo video that went to fast motion, which it sounds like it makes no sense at all. But that's how it feels like. You see every detail. It's sick. It is insane. I was like, oh my God. I seen Kyoto Animation before, but this one, they put too much money. And this is like some movie quality, which they do have a movie coming out. How can you go further than that?
Seriously.
My eyes.
Yeah, like you thought when they knew what the movie was one thing. No, they went 2 steps beyond for no, not even 2 steps.
God.
I'll go times 10. They went times 10 with what they did with Violet Evergarden because that was a thing.
But yeah, that one. Don't get crazy. But you might go crazy for the next one. Okay. So the next one is the best film. Now, I will talk about that one controversial part, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Best film. The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, My Hero Academia 2 Heroes, Mirai of the Future, Liz and Bluebird, Meiziger Z, Infinity, and Fireworks. Now, a lot of people got pissed off, not because of the winner. Well, actually, we'll get to that soon. But the nominees. First of all, they talk about like how they wanted to say like, okay, whatever airs in America, that's what we're gonna nominate. I get that. I understand that. Now here's the problem. You also aired an anime movie that's called Makoi, if I pronounce that right. It's a very, really well done animation work with a lot of fan base apparently now, but that came out last year and is well known to be a really damn good movie. Why you didn't nominate this?
I was about to say that.
Why
Why isn't that on the list? That's
it's
what.
not in the list? It's so weird. And so you can't tell me like, well, it didn't come out in America. Yes, it did. It actually came out in America. It may be like only 2 days or one day, I don't know, but it happened. And the other series did the same thing too. So you can't tell me this. You can't tell me this is okay. And then you got fireworks. Now let me before we get to the winner, let me just say this. Honestly speaking, I only saw one movie in this list. I can't really comment like what would have been my choice, but I could comment on something else. But first, let me talk about fireworks. This is deemed to be an anime movie that's actually pretty bad. And
That's what I
where's
heard too.
Mirai? Why? Oh no, Mirai's right there. Now it has to be pretty bad. Like I heard it's not good. I heard it's really. It's like I don't. I maybe calling emoji movie of the anime would be too much. Not in terms
Yeah,
of not in terms of what's that product placement, not in terms of like that, but more in terms of like the quality. It's just like so dumb, it's so shitty, there's a lot of bad writing, bad characters. I don't know what's the story, but everybody keeps throwing in every negative thing. So makes the question, you chose that over Makoi, or however you pronounce it. Why? Did you really forget that? Or is it because it wasn't well known to the world? Because fireworks, they got more attention, whether it's for the best or worse, over McCoy, whatever how you say that name. I gotta
I
figure out how
think.
you
I
say that
think.
name.
Well, I'm gonna speculate, but didn't they say that that fireworks was from the producers of Your Name?
I think that's the one.
I think
Because I
I think that's what helped to get that attention was that specifically.
think so. I'm gonna double check quickly. So yeah, that got the attention somehow, some way. And the funny part about that movie is that one actually came out in 2017, Japan. Now, again,
Japan wise,
I'm
yeah.
gonna let them fly because their policy apparently is anything that came out in America on the particular year is will consider it as nomination or otherwise not. I understand that, fine. But again, you got the other anime movie that got neglected 100%, which begs the question, why? So where's your excuse in that one? Did you really forget? It's possible you really did forget, but at the same time, it's kind of sad to even hear that you forget. But whatever. And unfortunately, a lot of people were pissed off because the winner is My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. Now, this movie I actually saw.
Oh, you actually
And
did see it.
but yeah, I saw it. I recently saw it right before the award was announced. I saw it because like I was in a movie spree. I was watching every other movies I missed out. Seven Deadly Sins, Fairy Tale, because didn't get to see the second one till now. So I know the movies. I still wanted to see more movies, but in due time. Now let me just say this. This is not a way to bash the movie itself, but it is telling me one thing. Are you insinuating that all these movies that I did not see, The Night is Short, Walk on Girl, Mirai of the Future, Liz and Bluebird, Bicycle Z, Infinity, maybe Fireworks would be most reasonable because I heard it was that bad, but you're telling me the standards of these movies are so low that Two Heroes is the best choice you could come up with. I'm not saying Two Heroes is a bad movie. I thought it was decent. I just think it was more like the realm of how Naruto, the first movie. Basically, what I'm saying, it's a very safe shonen movie where the villains is like an afterthought, where the premise is always have this one new character that happens to be similar to the protagonist, that happens to have similar traits, but in the due time, but in the end, it's all like like it's all for those two brand new, only movie exclusive characters. Everything else is don't worry about it. Just have fun with the action, have fun with the characters that you know from the series is being in the big screen. That's cool and all that stuff. Now, of course, the last 10 minutes was pretty fun because the animation went bonkers, but
It
there's a
did.
reason for that. But yeah, but overall, I thought the movie was just decent. It was like a play safe movie. And I can understand why some people like it, but it is funny because, again, it won over what I heard. Like Mirai, I hear like some people really like it. Some people thought it's still good, but not the best work, which I could understand that one. But I did hear a lot of great things for Liz and the Bluebird. I haven't seen it. It's funny because it's a Kyoto animation movie. I could already imagine the animation be amazing again. But that's not just the animation is amazing. According to a lot of people, it just has a lot of heart, whatever that means. And it's a spin-off from the Son of Euphoria, which everybody almost ignored it because it's like, really, those two characters are so random, don't you think? Yeah, well, that's true. But guess what? It's a hell of a movie. So why should you care any more than that? Now, again, I can't say more of the qualities, but because again, this is based on the whole popularity thing, and that's fine. And plus, My Hero Academia was pretty much the Brawly of last year in terms of attention. It was on theaters for like a good 2 to 3 weeks. It had a good
Yeah,
amount
it
of
was
attention.
supposed to last
So
one
maybe,
week, but then because of the sales, like it was like, oh, we gotta extend it because we didn't expect
right,
it that high.
right.
Something
So
about it.
maybe that's right. So maybe that's why it got chosen because I don't think not a lot of people know about Mirai. It didn't do that well it did okay. It did good for box office when in terms of a limitation. I think Japan did well, so there's that too. But the other movies, not a lot of people know these movies. What the heck is A Night Is Short? Walk on Girl. And maybe if you announce, hey guys, it's a new movie that came from the main man himself on Your Name. Oh, cool. We're gonna vote for them. Maybe they would have win. Maybe if you hear something like Studio Ghibli, I hope I pronounced that right. Maybe if you hear that name, you'll be like, oh, that movie's gonna win for sure then, because you probably know it from childhood or whatever. Every other movie in this list, I don't know how much attention they have in here. Maybe in Japan it's a different story. I do know The Night Is Short, Walk on Girl. The reputation is pretty good. Mirai, again, I already said it. Liz and Bluebird, if anything, I heard a lot of people would probably choose that. If not, The Night Is Short, then that'll be it. Mazinger seems kind of random, honestly speaking. Maybe
That
it
does
is
seem
good. I don't
random.
know. I haven't seen, yeah, maybe it is good. I don't know. It could be a hell of a movie. It could be amazing. I guess by default, I would just choose Two Heroes because that's the only movie I saw. I can't really comment anything else without being 100% biased. That's all I got.
Actually, I'll be honest, that's kind of my thing too. The only movie I saw was Two Heroes for most. I thought about seeing Fireworks. I was actually thinking about seeing it, but then I heard the reception wasn't like the best thing in the world. But being kind of based on that, I'm kind of like thinking about it now. And I'm like, I might consider watching it just to see if it's as bad as people are making it out to be. But I mean, I don't mind that Two Heroes is on the list and the fact that it won. I mean, it is a good movie. I would argue it's great, but I'm not gonna say it's like the most amazing thing in the world, and that it's the movie that redefines My Hero Academia. It's not what it does. But um, shoot, I just lost my point. Damn.
Hmm. What? What happened?
Okay, no. I think it's also the fact that the movie is canon. That's the other thing. Because I remember, because I think it was around like right before the movie came out. Like
Mhm.
the manga Kakoi was like talking about like how, oh yeah, the movie does follow in conjunction with the manga. So I was like, okay, which if that's the case, then not much references, but hey, what do I know? I mean, see, if you told me if there's a movie on here to replace, because um, Makoi, the movie you were just talking about,
Mhm.
like I said, I'm surprised that's not on the list. And as much as I like Two Heroes, I do think that movie should be in its place. So I don't know. Like, what do you think?
Like I said, I haven't seen any of these movies, so I really cannot comment too much on the movies. Like, oh, why this one didn't win or anything like that. The only thing I could say is like question. You're telling me these movies are not that good compared to Two Heroes, which is like it's kind of like saying like you got like a 7 out of 10 movie, and then you got all these lists. It's like you're telling me all of them are like you just hit the exact same thing. You're telling me none of them are like that incredible. Like, man, this is hard. It's not like we see best pictures. Oh, let's see what best picture has. I'm trying to think of a okay-ish movie from last year, but there's too many movie that came out last year. But bottom line is, it's not like yeah, of course, it's all opinionated, but still, sometimes you have to go for like something that really shows great tiers of quality, great tiers of passionate work from the directors. Like, how many souls they put into them, you know? I feel like this choices just seems very just throw in. Well, not really, because again, I can't really comment that since I didn't seen them. I heard good things about Night is Short. I heard a lot of good things about Liz and Bluebird. Mirai is still a good thing as well, despite if you don't think that's the best work, still good as for what it is. Fireworks are complete opposite. Meisinger is like, what's that? So but maybe it's just it goes down to like the public name, I guess. That's the only assumption I have. Any more comments to add it on to?
Actually, no. That's kind of all I've got when it comes to the whole best film awards. Again, it's a little weird to see Two Heroes, like the fact that they're like, oh no, Two Heroes surpasses even those movies. I'm like, really? Like The Night is Short. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. And kind of like the movies you just mentioned too, like Liz and the Blue Bird or
Mhm.
Mirror of the Future. Even though it's kind of mixed to a degree, but yeah, like I'm surprised that it's like, oh yeah, no, this movie is the peak of the peak. Like, huh? Okay, strange choice, but what do I know?
All right. Best character design. Violet Evergarden, Devilman Crybaby, Zombieland Saga, Megalobox, Agresco, and JoJo Bizarre Adventure Golden Win. The winner for that is JoJo Bizarre Adventure Golden Win. I got no issue
Actually,
with that.
I'm actually not
It,
surprised about
how,
that, honestly.
Oh, okay. Nah, I got nothing. I got nothing against it. I mean, it's all character. It's all choices. It's like I like the style in here. I like the style there. I always like JoJo Bizarre Adventures style. It's like it's not for everyone in some sense, but it does leave a great impression for a lot of fans, and it does have a lot of great meme use. So there's that too. If you want to take it that. You got any comment?
Well, no, I was gonna say I don't have anything against JoJo in that aspect, but I don't know. I think the toss up would be if I had to pick is between Devilman and Violet Evergarden, and maybe Megalobox. I don't know. All I know is it would be between those two. At least on my front.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, it all boils down to preferences. Like Violet Evergarden has that really back then timeline feel, and it really does feel like very authentic, I guess you could say, for the lack of a better word. So I do like that style. Devilman Crybaby again. USR is known to have his own style, whether you like it or not, but it does have characters. It has like a good definition. Zombieland Saga, I do like the design as well. Megalobox, I like it, the suburban area, the industry, the industrial, yeah, the whole steampunk style. Especially like how the boxes themselves. I thought that was pretty good too. Gresco, I didn't see, so I can't comment there. It looks more comedy, but it probably has a good comedy effect, so that could be a good thing too. I just thought JoJo Bizarre Adventure, the Golden Win, I think it's just it's a good choice. It's all down to preference. It's kind of hard for anybody to say. Any more comments to it?
No, I actually agree with a lot of what you said. It definitely is a pretty hard choice in that particular sense. So
Yeah. A
it's
little
definitely tough.
surprised they did choose JoJo. A little surprised, just a little.
Just a tiny bit.
According to the list, anime of the year would have been next, but we're gonna go there yet. We're gonna go to the other thing first before we get there. What we're gonna
Yeah.
get to is
Okay.
so before we get there, let's go with best continuing series, and then we go from the other one, and then the finale. But best continuing series. This is based on I don't even know what they're based on, to be honest. I thought it would be
I'm
something
gonna
that was like a
assume. I want to say I'm assuming they're going by the dub because I know Super. I know it's on the list, but I know that's technically finished as far as Japan goes. So I think they're going by. I think they're going by the dub on that account. I think.
yeah. So let's see. The Ancient Magus Bride, Dragon Ball Super, Black Clover, March Comes In Like a Lion, One Piece, and Naruto Next Generations. Now, realistically speaking, there's only 3 continuing series would be Black Clover, One Piece, and Boruto.
Yeah.
That's the real that's the real view. Now the winner is Dragon Ball Super. Any thoughts?
I want to say it's again. I'm speculating here, but I want to say it might be because of nostalgia. But I mean, Dragon Ball Super is pretty good. I'm not going to deny that. But I mean, I was going to say One Piece does do the 1 chapter per episode, but then I realized, wait, they're both done by Toei. That's the other thing.
I'll figure. You got done by Toei, and then you got done by
Period.
Studio
Yeah.
Period. Yay!
I mean, I guess. I mean, look, Super getting the win doesn't really bug me too much. So there's that. But again, since Super is technically finished, it shouldn't even be on the list. And I mean, look, the Boruto anime, as of recent, ooh, that, especially after the recent arc that just finished, which ending part was kind of cool, but everything in between was just what was that? I mean, if I had to pick best continuing series, I guess I'll go with Black Clover, even though now it's sort of picking up in terms of anime, but I got my issues with the Black Clover anime too. But if I had to pick out of what's technically continuing, I guess Black Clover takes that account for me. But what about you?
If we go by the definition, I would say One Piece because despite being a 1 chapter thing, there are moments that actually have been stellar in terms of execution. And I don't know if you want to argue. I don't know if you want to argue with Cake Ida is better than anime than the manga. I don't know if you want to argue with that one. But for what it does, it is pretty interesting how Toei is stepping up a notch to the point that even Dragon Ball Super got that effect when it comes to the final arc of the first season, because we know there's gonna be a season 2. Let's face it. But anyway, that's the tournament of power arc, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
They raise up the budget, they raise up the time, they put more timing and execution rather than having what we gained from the first 26 episode, because that was a nightmare. God,
Right?
because of that first 26
let's not forget
episode.
episode 5. Let's not forget that.
Oh no. No, I don't want to think about that. But yeah, there's this because of that episode particularly. That's where everybody starts to hate Toei. But on the very bright side, at least it helped out this one YouTube user to get some privilege to back it up. So there's an ups and downs from there. But bottom line is, Toei is not really the worst thing that ever happened. They still had their rough edges. We could still argue the worst thing is like Gonzo and whatever. But Toei is not the worst thing. But I probably would give One Piece if we go by best continuing, like by definition. Now, if we go by like, hey, let's just act like this is just a random category and ask, what's your best one you would pick? I would definitely pick March Comes In Like a Lion, like bar none. I would like, screw that. I'll pick that 100%.
Oh yeah, I would definitely pick that too.
For Dragon Ball Super to be the winner, I don't mind. Especially the last episode. The last episode was awesome. I'll say that.
Definitely.
Now the best fight scene. Whoa, ho, ho, the controversy on this one.
Yeah, I know. Like, Twitter blew up when.
Yeah, they blew up so bad. They all and it's actually kind of amazing the way how it blew up, because not only blew up the fact that, oh my god, why this didn't win, but they actually backing up a fight where it's a series that a lot of people would say is not that good. But if there's going to be one good moment that came out of the series, it's from this moment, this battle. Best fight scene. Hina versus Anzu, Hina Masuri, All for One versus All Might, My Hero Academia, Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki, Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, Jiren versus Goku, Dragon Ball Super, Yami versus Lich, Black Clover, and Satan versus Devilman Crybaby. The winner is All for One versus All Might, My Hero Academia. I'll let you decide if you like this decision or not first.
Man. Wow. I'm kind of conflicted on it because while I do enjoy the fight, and while I do think it's the best fight in the series for My Hero Academia, it winning the award for best fight in general, especially with all the other contenders, that's where I get stuck. You got Goku versus Jiren, which was, no pun intended when I say this, but an out-of-this-world battle between those two. It was crazy. And, I mean, Yami versus Lit was also another pretty crazy, intensive battle that took place, too, in the Black Clover tournament. And I think Para did actually kind of up their game a little bit when it came to that specific moment, which I was like, all right, that's actually pretty cool. The fact that All Might versus All for One surpassed Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki, that's where I start questioning things a little bit. Because as much as I like the fight between All Might versus All for One, I don't think it passes that fight in particular, because I mean, like, when it came to Naruto, a lot of people were like, "Oh, look, like, there's not much like ninja-oriented stuff. It's all Rasengan, Chidori, Susanoo, Planetary Rasengan. I forget what the three-headed tail beast mode's called, but you got that. It's all about like these. It kind of went to the DBZ route, but that fight, Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki, kind of went back to roots in a lot of ways with the whole ninja combat aspect. And the fight choreography was definitely the biggest highlight. Whether it was the movie, well, actually no, I would say I'd say the anime probably did a lot better compared to the movie, if I'm remembering correctly. But
which is saying a lot, everyone.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, the funny part is, sorry to cut you off for a second. The funny part is that we came back from Dragon Ball Super recapping the first two movies, and obviously they could not capture the exact same thing from the movies, but they didn't need to suck it up really that badly, though. That's the downside. Now, with Boruto, Give credit where it's due, but they managed to surpass the original movie fight scene. Man, not only they got the same director, the animation director, to do the exact same fight scene, exact same fight. Not the scene, like, but the same fight itself. Like, oh, okay, we're doing Momoshiki versus Naruto and Sasuke. We need you again. He changed the choreograph to every single sequence, and it's crazy how much he could do more than he just did from the movie.
It really is.
So I'm assuming you rather pick this one over the one that won.
Yeah, I would have rather picked that one just because I was like, because I was actually a little legitimately surprised by what, with what Boruto the anime was able to do with that fight versus what the movie was. But that's just my take on it. What's your stance when it comes to the best fight scene?
I will definitely pick the Boruto one. Now, this was the reason why I'm a little surprised from people reaction is mainly because again, some people would say Boruto is not a good anime. It sucks. It's horrible. It's the worst thing that happened for Naruto franchise. Whatever. But this is where you gotta give huge credit because this Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki, not just the animation, not even just the sequence, but everything surrounded is just damn amazing. Give credit where it's due. You can't just say like, what fight choreographs? Okay, it's just like, okay. I mean, if you really, really think of that, then okay, fine. But shoot, it's like damn it's crazy. It's just like somebody keep it's like somebody posted on Twitter the just a one fight sequence, and it was just like so crazy how much details, how much fast movement, and how much you could just see how many badassery that can happen in 2 minutes. It was just damn cool, and I thought like again, I thought the movie action sequence was pretty damn good too. But somehow he managed to surpass it in this version. I'm like, damn, how the hell he did it?
Right?
I thought it would be a exact similar. I'm like, okay, it would be exact similar, but it's not. It was a much more big beyond. I was like, damn, that's incredible. So yeah, I would have chose that one. I mean, the other choices are not too bad as well. I mean, again, the winner, I don't mind too much. I can understand why people don't like it because not just the popularity thing, and this is their fifth win out of the six things they have been nominated. So it's still considered a My Hero award show, but let's not get to
That's what it
that.
kind of feels
The
like.
point is, but the point is, My Hero, the fight. See, I think if they were to say a different way of saying the fight scene instead of calling it a fight scene, maybe call it something else. I don't know what can you call it? Best moment?
Well,
Maybe the
yeah, like
moment. Yeah.
if you said like best and yeah, it was emotional. If you said like best emotional moment,
Or just
then
best moment.
yeah, or best moment, yeah. I
It would
think
have been fine.
yeah, it would have been fine. I'm not discrediting the All Might versus All for One fight because I do think it's great, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like it's the greatest thing in the world because I do think Boruto, in terms of the Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki, was superior in that aspect. Now again, if you're going for like moment and storytelling, of course it's gonna have to go to that. But you know, we're talking about best fights, so
If it was the best moment, it'd be more reasonable for a lot of people, more or less. I mean, you probably still have naysayers, but that's fine. It's just the fight scene. It's you know, it's like I always compare it to wrestling. You get two side of the coin, or the two side of the ways of to handle fight scenes, and you can gel both of them if you know how to do it well. You can have the emotional aspect, and you can have the great cinematography, choreographed fighting part. Like, when you look at the list, you got like Jiren versus Goku. One of the reasons it was so awesome is because, well, the setup. Not just the setup, but how like badass it was in terms of the choreograph and how Goku was portrayed. Now, if you go by the last part of the arc, which is pretty much the end all be all scenario, that's even better because it's like literally the universe is on the line. So it's like, well, shit, we will die if we actually lose. But yeah, um, it has a lot of weight to it, and presented in a really cool fashion. Now, the My Hero Academia is all on the emotional scale. Because realistically speaking, there's no fighting sequence. There's barely any. And if there is, it just boils down to punching, which is not exactly the most exciting fight scene. But I get it. It's the emotional side. And that's why I'm never like see it as like, oh, this fight was always this bad. It's more
No,
like, well, I see the different storytelling. Like they has his own story preference, and that is just tell the story of a person who is handicapped, who is slowly out of his way to call it quit 100% because he's done. His power is at this limit. He's going beyond the limitation. He's going to the limitation. He's breaking the limitation that's going to call it a retirement that he has no choice but to do so. That's the story that goes down. Pretty engaging. It was pretty captivating with a lot of people cheering on and all that stuff. I get that it's not everybody's preference because, you don't get the real fight scene like you see from Momoshiki versus Naruto and Sasuke. I get that too. It's just that a lot of people probably pick this because it has that emotional weight that people felt throughout. And that's fine. But still, I will pick Boruto, not because the animation was sick, but just the fact that it has a lot of offering as well. You can, in fact, have emotions and crazy fight scene sequences all in one. It is possible. It is what it is. There's nothing to cry about or too badly because, that's just the way how it is in terms of voting. So, lastly, anime of the year. Of course, is opinionated. And of course, this nominees is not the best choice. I would have it listed, but whatever, it's their choice. Seems like some of them could be a little bit, not propaganda, but more like, I just want to pick this because it has a name in the other country as well. So we're gonna want to be part of it too. But whatever. It's all boils down to their choices, their preferences. So anime of the year. A place further than the universe. Devilman Crybaby, Megalobox, who has been nominated but yet to win one, Violet Evergarden, Hinamasuri, and Zombieland Saga. So, the winner for this one is Devilman Crybaby. Now, yes, I did put it in my 5 disappointing anime in my list. I know I put that, but I don't think it's a bad anime. I thought it's a good anime. I just think the way how people oversell it is
he was too
overselling.
hyped.
Yeah, pretty much. It's overhyped. I saw it. I know the manga. I know the materials. I know everything about it. I thought it was still good. I think it left a huge impression, mainly because of the ending, because it's something that a lot of people don't see often, which is ironic because this is from the old series. But yeah, I mean, like, look, Devilman Crybaby, well done, good for you. That's good. A lot of people like it. That's good. It's good on you. I wouldn't pick it because, again, I said my point. I just thought it was a good anime. Has a good amount of flaws that pretty much hinder away. Maybe the guy is more used to like it felt like he has one direction that went well, but then he discarded and go for the direction of like, oh yeah, I'm adapting a manga. I gotta do this now. But it does have a big name. It has a lot of backings, such as Netflix promote this as like their first true anime for Netflix. And it was like the first time for me, to my knowledge, it was like the first anime that was posted in Netflix with the style of like having all episode in there without worrying about putting it in a weekly basis. And this is like the first time they put it in there. It's not like, hey, it came from Funimation. Hey, it came from Crunchyroll. This is very first to straight to Netflix.
That's true.
Luckily has, yeah. So that was a big deal. It was a big thing. They promoted hard. And they did it well in terms of promotion, in terms of publicity, in terms of everything. So it has a lot of backing. Also, it's done by Uesa, which is pretty much a well-known director that people know for him. Hell, I just found out that the movie he did he actually did a movie last year, which is the Night is Short one. I just found out just now. I was like, I should have known because of the artsy style. I should have.
Oh, yeah.
I should have known. So he has a huge name. He has a lot of followers. It's no surprise he won this one. And but again, it's opinion. Maybe you love Devilman. Maybe you hate this decision. I don't hate the decision. I just thought it's fine. This is what it is. It's just funny how Megalobox got so many nominations. Yeah, he could have won one, but what can you do? Violet Evergarden did win the animation, rightfully so. Masuri did it win one? No, but hey, at least it's there. Zombieland Saga, it won the best voice actor. Don't know if you would consider us a win-win, but it is there. So a place further than the universe didn't win anything here, and honestly, that's a crime, a hell of a crime. That's a massive crime. They didn't win squad here. In terms of my preference, I relate more to Japan than here in this case. So, what can you do? Your thoughts on the anime of the year?
I would say, okay, Devilman Crybaby, it was neat. I have some issues with it, but I will say good on them for actually winning. If I had to pick for my own preference, a place further in the universe definitely is one. But then there's also Violet Evergarden, which, man, there's a lot you could go with that. And ooh, I mean, I guess just to put it short, my answer would probably just have to be I'm not against the idea of Devilman Crybaby getting the win, but in terms of my own little preference, I would have given the anime of the year to Violet Evergarden, at least just based on the list that we have.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, there's nothing wrong with anybody winning anything, like any categories. There's nothing wrong with that, unless this came from a real bad anime. Then we'd be questioning on your taste. But
You're
seriously,
right.
there's nothing really wrong with. There's nothing really wrong with any decision. It's just we're just seeing it and we just reflecting on it. It's more like, well, let me share my opinions on that. I think that's a good decision. I think that's a bad decision. But it's never going to be like, well, damn, these people are idiots. These people don't know anime. These people don't understand what anime truly is. It's a work of art, and they are putting a bad stain on it. It's nothing like that. We're only commenting on what we see and what we think about it. Now, I don't know the award. I don't know if it went well. Maybe it did. Maybe it went a little bit hokey. I don't know because I didn't watch it myself. Only heard about it from the word of mouth from everybody in the Twitter verse. I guess you want to call it that. It is just an award show that's done by for fun. It's not much of like a serious thing. So it's nothing to get your irate on, like, screw the award show. Now, I don't think a lot of people would take it that much serious. It's just like a fun thing to put it out there and just see what sticks out and see what fans really think about these anime. Yeah, there's some decision I got a little upset because, like, oh, come on, man, that show deserve more publicity, deserve more attention. It's not the end of the world. It's not gonna be like, oh my god, time to protest, time to go. God, I don't know, time to go Twitter and irate there, and then probably post to
No,
Tumblr, Reddit,
it's
what.
nothing along those lines.
It's not that serious. It's never that serious. You could just be upset, but move on. That's what I did. It's like, oh man, that series deserved more. Okay, next subject. That's it. It's all about opinions. There's no such thing as like this is the true winner. It's facts, 100% fact. It's the best of the best. There's nothing more than that. It's always going to be a different opinion from everyone else. That's the end of the Anime Awards of 2019. Let's just enjoy what we have for 2019 with all the anime coming through. And that's it. That's the end of the podcast. It was great having you, Lucky Chi. I'm really happy that you come along and join with me as I guess the return of the podcast. Hopefully, I don't go away again. But yeah, still, it was great having you here. Really.
No, it was a real blast being a part of it, and just being a part of the show again, especially like after a very long time. It just it being like it being a very long time, and just it being like like so fun, just kicking back and like just having like a great conversation just between two people as far as like like discussing particular topics such as this, whether it's best anime fight, best animation, best girl, best boy, best protagonist, you know, and the list just goes on and on.
But it's all fun and games. Nothing to get too crazy about it. Don't take it too serious. It's all fun. It's all games. It's all there. I mean, you could share your opinions. There's nothing wrong with that. Have fun just talking about it. Discuss with friends, other users, whatever. Let's never go insane over it. Let's just have fun of it. And that's the end of it. I'm hoping to see you again in the future podcast episode. And of course, it would not be the last to have a guest. We could expect more guests in the future whenever the time comes. For now, I'm going to rest up because it is time to go. So, any final words you want to say?
Actually, no. I don't. Other than it's been real fun, and I can't wait to come back for more in the future.
All right. That's great to hear. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.